Hello and welcome to the youth message portion of our service today. And I have a really interesting question for you. Did you know that applesauce, just like this one, and the Apostle Paul are connected? Don't believe me? Stick with me. I'm going to show you how. So, I'm wondering if you've been experiencing any food cravings since we've all been at home. Have you revisited an old favorite that may have fallen off of your list? Did you try a new snack because your favorite snack just wasn't available at the grocery store? Well, at my house, we've really been missing going to some of our favorite restaurants, and we've missed some of our favorite foods, our snack foods specifically. And so we've had to expand our list of favorites to work with what's available in the stores or what's healthier than chips and dip. Now, one of my favorites from a long time ago is arrowroot cookies, just like these ones, and applesauce. Now, I can't tell you how it is that I came to connect these two things together. I just know that I really love them. So while we've been staying home, I have thoroughly embraced my new favorite snack, or my new old favorite snack, because potato chips don't count as vegetables. I looked it up. It didn't work out well. Now, I've eaten so much applesauce that my blue bin is full of these empty jars of applesauce, and they're not watertight or airtight of any kind once you open them, so they get sticky, and the stuff that's inside, it dries and it gets sticky, and it's just really gross in the blue box. Now you can see that today my youth message is coming to you from my backyard, and it's tree lined. You can see the trees behind me, and you can even see my maple tree just over there that's just getting ready to bud with some beautiful leaves. And so one of the things that I do to pass the time, because my desk is right beside the window that looks into the backyard, is I'm watching the wildlife that runs through the grass over the course of the day. I'm also watching squirrel videos and bird feeders that spin. Grab a box of Kleenex, Google it, you won't regret it. So I wanted to think of a way to encourage more birds to come into my backyard. Now I have one bird feeder, it's right there, but the birds haven't figured out that it's there yet. So this brings me back to our icky, gross, and sticky empty bottles of applesauce. Now, these jars are actually a really good size, and they're very sturdy. So I took a jar and I cleaned it all up, and I drilled some holes, and I put in a stick, and I filled it up, and I turned it into a bird feeder. Now, I'm sure you're wondering what all of this has to do with today's lesson. So let's see if we can figure it out. The Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 9 and 10, "For I am the least of the apostles, who is not worthy to be called apostle, because I persecuted the church of God. By the grace of God, I am what I am. His grace, which was bestowed on me, was not futile." Now, Paul tells us that before he became a Christian, he mistreated others, and he did some really bad things. And when Paul accepted God's love, he received God's forgiveness. And God's forgiveness, or what we also call grace, is offered to people who don't deserve it. So God's forgiveness recycled Paul into a person of great usefulness, a person who was willing and able to share God's love with others. Now, this is really a good thing to remember, because if we're all at home in close quarters, there's a chance we've made some bad decisions, like 6 bags of potato chips and dip, just saying. And we may have hurt some people, and now would be a really great time to practice forgiveness and grace. So when we've done something that, maybe might have hurt the feelings of someone we're spending a lot of time with right now, this is a great time to ask for forgiveness and really find a way to make that bad choice useful. God recycles us with forgiveness all the time, and we can use that forgiveness to make something of value, like a bird feeder. And so my prayer for you this week, as we are all at home, is to remember to be forgiving, be loving, and be kind, and let your choices be changed into something useful or a new learning opportunity. Because I want you to remember that God is always with you. He hears our prayers. And even when we feel like we're all alone, He is always standing right beside us. So until next week, when hopefully it's not raining, this was our youth message, and I'll look forward to seeing you here again next Sunday.